Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun give to Fournette.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That's complete. Bernard. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On play action, it's Brady. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Brady gives this one off to Jones. He's to the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him. They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Brady will look to throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score on the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They'll be led out by their 24-year-old quarterback in his 4th season from USC, a former 3rd overall pick, Sam Darnold. A good game there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Brown. Brown with the stick skills. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Six nothing our score after 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Fournette. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hand.
There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 81 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard gain.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. This is Fournette. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff to Fournette. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From midfield, here's Brady. Over the middle to Evans. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. To Evans on the slant. Brady now on 1st down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Brady again. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers would extend their lead here just before halftime. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A final shot before the break, Darnold. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll throw now on the final play. That caught by Tremble. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start in the NFC, a division matchup pitting New Orleans against Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see there is the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. In that game, all square as they take on the visiting Cowboys. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A fake to McCaffrey. And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing just outside his own goal line. With it is Brown. Brown with his stick skills. Now a late flank comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times is inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 139 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And quickly they get to the line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 21. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned how slowly but surely, you also drain clock too in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us? Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Darnold from the gun. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half. But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Jones. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. The give is to Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And you can say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, The spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. A big play there for Carolina. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Broken tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hubbard. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble's going to... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take it second. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going forward here? I wonder what...
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Don't do us like that.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Brady going to go on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. Brady now on 1st down. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Brown with his stick skills. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Brady's going to look to throw, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, they finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they will indeed limp to the finish